Hello, welcome to Your Affordable Home Show. I'm your host, Stephen Mitchell. Title of this week's episode is called Make Homes Affordable Again. Oh, wait, they are. Manufactured homes, that is. So, affordability has always been there. There's a lot of rhetoric. This is political season in the United States, a lot of rhetoric on both sides of the aisle about affordable housing and how that can be accomplished and things. But, if you look at history, and actually what I'm going to do is I'll show you all a graph of manufactured housing. I'll do that now. As you can see, around the mid 70s, also there's another bump in the late 90s where at one point early on it was like 700,000 manufactured homes delivered in a year. Again, the late 90s, 400,000 delivered. And right now, this day and time, there's about 100,000 manufactured homes delivered every single year. Um, if you look pricing wise, if you look at the standard single wide, if you go back 20 years ago, 2004, you could get a single wide for $30,000. Really nice new single wide, $30,000. That average today is $86,000. But, thinking about it in comparison to a lot of your big site built homes, uh, 86,000 don't sound so bad in comparison to low 300,000s for a site built home. So again, homes are affordable on the manufactured housing side of things. So that's not anything new. That's something that's been around. And as you can see by the graph, it's been around for years and years and years. Uh, what I would say is perception is reality. Perception is reality. And, there's a couple of thoughts, theories, I guess, as to why maybe manufactured home route has kind of maybe lost focus in people's minds as far as this being an option for an affordable home option. Uh, Thinking about it, I think over time, what really happened is wages caught up to the price of housing and like site built homes. I think that's really a lot, in the grand scheme of things, that's probably what happened is that along with lower interest rates. So lower interest rates, higher wages made the American dream more attainable. I think right now we're in a time period right now where interest rates have fallen a little bit, a little bit. They're still they're nowhere near what they used to be as far as 2.5%, 3% interest rates on homes. We are quite a bit different nowadays than that time frame. So, perception is reality too. Is fact in the fact of how sturdy a home's built. A lot of times people don't realize that there's actually wind zone ratings on manufactured homes. So, you have local and state codes for site built construction. But on the manufactured side of things, you've got Wind Zone 1, Wind Zone 2, Wind Zone 3. That first wind zone rating is like up to 70 miles per an hour. It's kind of what the home's built for. The second tier is 100 miles per an hour. Third tier, 110 plus miles per an hour. I can tell you that a lot of manufactured homes this day and age can withstand 130, 140 mile per an hour winds. think about it, Florida has tons of manufactured housing, tons, whole communities full of manufactured homes. Um, think about Texas. Texas is the largest seller of manufactured housing. And again, there's coastal towns there too. So just think about that. If you're in the eye of hurricanes, it's probably in your best interest as a home manufacturer to build a product that's very sturdy. So I don't even think that there's an argument anymore about the sturdiness of a home. That's kind of that's a tilted perspective. And the reality is, and the truth of the matter is, a manufactured home is built or can be built just as sturdy that will meet or exceed what can be built on site. So I think that's, again, it's just a perception. Um, but what's going to help? What's going to help? What's going to help you, you the buyer? What's going to help you all as far as affordable housing, as far as manufactured housing being something that is more attainable? And what I mean by attainable, I'm not talking about price point. I'm talking really. There's one word that comes to mind. It's awareness. It's what I'm doing right now by having this conversation with you. Awareness is what's going to make manufactured housing more attainable. A lot of, I would say, another reason why the amount of units every year has kind of, I don't know, stagnated at 100,000 is really zoning. It's really zoning and codes. There's a lot of municipalities that they just they don't want manufactured housing. Big cities, they don't want manufactured homes, and that's not to say that the product is not as good. That's just, it's a bias. It's really a bias, because the product, like I explained, is as good, meets or exceeds what can be built on site. So, and a lot of people are familiar from a real estate standpoint with, there's local realtor organizations. You've also got the National Association of Realtors. But what a lot of people don't know is that there are manufactured housing associations and institutes pretty much in every state. And so that's going to help. That's going to help because they can, I guess you could say, from a political standpoint, and as far as government, make the case for manufactured housing that, hey, this is a viable option. This keeps, price point is lower, and it's just as good, if not better, of a product. That's awareness as well. It's not just the conversation like I'm having with you. It's also those associations and institutes that are really out there to make sure that the guys that are on the construction side of things, that are on the manufacturing side of things, that are even on the sales and marketing side of things, are doing everything they can to have a standard, if you will, a standard that these homes are great homes, that this is a great option, that this does meet or exceed what any code or ordinance should expect from a home that people are going to be living in. And that raises awareness as well. So again, conversations like this and the associations and institutes, that raises awareness. And I think what you will see, I know that manufactured housing too, in a way, has maybe been a little bit behind on what's catchy, what's trendy, as far as finishes inside, as far as materials used as far as aesthetics from an outward or outside appearance. And that's important in housing. People want, especially when you're talking new construction, they want what they want. And I think that what you're seeing now is you're seeing a turn. You're seeing where the engineering has caught up. You're seeing where, hey, they're even doing multifamily homes with manufactured housing. That's something that's on the radar now. And I think just from a cost standpoint, it's going to be one of those things where it's going to become a more viable option because you cannot you can't do it on site anymore for a price point that wages and what people can really qualify for. You just can't do it as easily anymore. There was a time, but that time has passed. Time has passed. You can't touch new construction for the most part for less than low 300,000. And whenever you're talking about homes that can be brand new and cost under 100,000 again for a single wide, and maybe two to low twos, that's like land and home, and you're saving that 80 to 100,000, maybe more. That's awesome. That's awesome, and it's square footage that a family needs. It is space that a family needs. It's a roof over your head, and it's new. It's made with the best windows, all the energy efficient components as far as insulation. Just keeping that heat bill down, that affordable electric bill. Just it's all designed now, and it has the technology to be to not only be the best option for today, but also the most viable option for the future. And the industry's caught up. The manufactured housing industry has caught up. So again, just a little discussion today, wanting to make sure that you're aware that, hey, there is an affordable option for housing. And really anything can be accomplished here. It doesn't have to be something that's cookie cutter. There's special order homes. Sky's the limit, I think, with manufactured housing, and there are custom manufacturers. So don't think that there's not. There are companies out there that will custom do whatever you want done within that home. Again, it's there. The industry is caught up. So just my 2 cents. That's all I got for this show. But like we always say here, home ownership empowers the American dream. I want everybody to be able to experience the American dream in their life and have home ownership, and just know that when you have home ownership, you've got something that you're building equity in. That asset is growing in value when you own it, and it gives you options for being able to go out and do other things in your life. So whenever you have that equity available to you, it gives you a whole nother vehicle to finance your dreams, and that's what I'm getting at with all this. So appreciate you tuning in. Until next time, your host Stephen Mitchell signing off. Peace.